Tuesday, July 24th, 2018. We're currently looking at the GOES 16 visible water vapor loop, and it is currently raining pretty heavy in Cumberland, Maryland. Right here, I'm squeezed in between Pennsylvania and West Virginia, and it is putting it down. And we actually need this. I don't know about this much because we are currently under a flood warning, so there may be some flooding out there somewhere. And you can see all the flood warnings to green, flood watch is yellow. And as I seen here, you see a big explosion right over me. And then over top of all that, you can see all the jet trails, all this pollution, this filth. Now tonight I want to cover cooling towers, okay? Because cooling towers are attributing to all this flooding that's happening across the country. Now this flow has been pretty steady for the past, I don't know, week or so, but it's hardly rained here. And then you'll watch out here in the desert every night. Watch how it play. This is like a 5-day loop. You see every night an explosion, okay, in the desert in the middle of the night. Here's another look. Geo collar. I'm gonna take what else can we look at? Now here's a look at the next red images. You can see right over top of me the red there. Now we'll take a look. Here I got pulled up. Here's my local power plant. As you can see, there's steam being pumped up there. What you have here is wet surface air coolers. Okay. What else we got going on? Oh, here's a video from the ground. I got it. This is my local power plant. And you know, when you sit there and look at it like this, it don't look like much. You know, just for however long I'm looking at it, 4 minutes here. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but you know, after an entire day of this, it just fudges up the sky. Get another look. Here is a friend in North Carolina. He's showing his power plant today. Now, actually, he shows his all the time. I mean, it's pumping all the time. And he's just showing all these darker cumulus-looking clouds was all produced by this power plant today. You see it? Now go back here, and like I said, in the desert, you see this every night. And when you zoom in on this, you can see it's coming from the ground up. Here I found, oh, this is the map here. We'll zoom out, and here's all the power plants across the United States. Now there's 7,000 power plants. Now some of these, like your solar plants aren't going to be contributing water vapor, but you know, out here in the desert, in these geothermal plants, the red ones. Now what I did is I went through, these are all out in the desert here. Alright, we'll start. Here's wet surface air coolers. There's some under here. Here's 3 right here. This is a geothermal plant in Nevada. Geothermal plant in Nevada. Look at all these wet surface air coolers here. And then 2 bigger ones here. Look at these 2 rows of them. Alright. Move on. Here's another geothermal plant. Look at these. Okay? Now these things are pumping all day long. Now, it's not always visible because, you know, water vapor is a gas. It's not always visible. But it builds up all day. Okay? Look at these rows. I had to zoom out on some of these so you can't really see them too well. There's a row of them. Another geothermal plant. Another geothermal plant. Look, here's some right here. You can see pumping up steam. Here's another. This is a coal fire plant, but this is in Utah out in the desert. what do you see? Cloud forming. This is zoomed in at that same plant, so you can see this is heated water vapor. Now here's your wet surface air coolers, right? And then here's your cooling towers. Wet air coolers, cooling towers. That's Utah, Nevada. You got wet surface air coolers. Here's a nuclear power plant, and these are all wet surface air coolers. Alright, wet surface air coolers, wet surface air coolers, wet surface air coolers. I think there was even cooling towers underneath this here. I just pulled up, and then here's the rain. We don't need to see that. But then I didn't want that to play. Sorry about that. But then here's a study. Now here's a page. Now it's currently down. I had to use the Wayback Machine archive to pull this up. But this is Weather War 101. Okay, I'd suggest you look him up on YouTube, and he covers he or she, I don't know who it is, the cooling towers. And then on this page here, here's a, what do you call it, a study, I don't know what you necessarily call it, but in this study, it tells you exactly how much, cooling towers can pump up in 2 minutes and all that, like how they contribute to severe weather, clouds, precipitation, fogging, and icing. And you can just, this is an old study, so they've known about this for a long time. And then what are they doing? So we'll go back to here, and this is current map, okay? And they're just continuing to build and build. Here's another map down here. This is today. That's 10 years ago. Today. 10 years ago. Today. Okay, and we move on down. And hold on. Oh, here's planned. Yeah, so they're still building these, so these are planned ones. These are ones that are yet to be built, and the bigger they are, the bigger the power plant. So some of these ones are going to be huge. So, when you see these bursts of water vapor every night, especially the past couple weeks, we've been having these same flows, this so-called monsoon season in the desert here. And what that is it's all these power plants out there. They're all coordinating together and bursting water vapor all day until at night, with the help of the sun and all that, they're able to form clouds and storms and then cause major flooding. Here's the most current look so you can see it happen in real time. Like right here, I'm sure Colorado is about to deal with some flooding. They've been getting hammered. But, yeah. This is, like I said, it don't seem like a lot when you're just sitting here watching it for 30 seconds. But, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, that's a lot of water vapor. And when you're seeing these massive floodings, like, just recently, I had to share the post. Pennsylvania is dealing with massive flooding. I forget where I shared it. Somewhere down here, somewhere. Yeah, right here, Pennsylvania. And it's been going on for over a couple weeks. Go back to here, and I'll click on this watch and warning here, and this has been lit up like this, like I said, for like a week. And like I said, my one been showing this power plant.
Okay, people.
Showing this power plant pumping up, just non-stop. And like I said, here's mine. Well, and it's happening all day, every day across the entire planet. There's 7,000 power plants across the United States, and then worldwide there is 63,000. And when you do the math, I lowballed it. It's at least 20 trillion gallons of water vapor being pumped in the sky every single day, and that's lowballing it, because these are just power plants. This is not even counting like factories and other places, like like there's wet surface air coolers at schools, at hospitals, at other different factories, and this is just power plants here. And like I said, like your solar, they're not going to, but wind farms, they actually do contribute to weather modification too. I've discussed that before. I'll pull up a quick search. Windmill spraying. Let's see. Images. Do it this way. Windmill contrail. Right here. Here's a nice image of some. And these also can resonate the atmosphere with your frequencies. They can work in conjunction with the X-rads and all that. Now there's all kinds of weather modification going on. Like I always like this graphic by Jim Lee here. It's got 10 different technologies there, and there's number 10 is your water vapor pollution. Anyways, that's my report. I wanted to cover the power plants. I'll leave the link to this map here, so you can go, and zoom in and look for yourself, and go to every one of these dots and see how many cooling towers are there, or however many wet surface air coolers, like in big cities like New York City and Chicago. Like they got cooling towers on the roofs of skyscrapers. See, like you zoom here, here's four cooling towers, and there's two wet surface air coolers. But yeah, you can just, there's another circular shaped bank of wet surface air coolers. But even these gas plants, I don't know, but they're burning the shale gas. But you could zoom in on them, and most likely they're going to have cooling towers or wet surface air coolers. Sorry it takes so long to zoom in on these, but it is what it is. And you'll see that these plants are right on what? They'll have a pond nearby. There's a big stack there. That stack is like that stack there. Yeah, I took pictures of this. Yeah, there's that. And this is the Marshall Duke Energy. But anyways, that's my report. We'll check back in at a later date.